Well, well, well. How the turntables?
Oh, how the turntables. Hey guys, it's Phoebe with MsMojo. Today we're pondering the question, what would the Office characters be up to today?
Who do you think you are?
For this list, we're speculating what the Dunder Mifflin employees might be doing now. Let's get to it.
Well, today was a fantastic waste of time.
I disagree. I think it was very valuable.
Michael, technology helps business, okay? You should not resist it. This is the way the world is moving.
I happen to think that the old ways of doing business are better.
Let's start with everyone's favorite lovable office grouch.
Stanley, we're having a little
Leave me alone, damn it.
We're having a brainstorm session.
Did I stutter?
Ever since he left Dunder Mifflin, Stanley Hudson has been happily retired in Florida.
Whoa, Stanley. Did you just come back from burning down a rival nightclub?
Laugh it up, Albert. I'm in Florida for a month without my family. I'm gonna enjoy this. Wanna get in? You can work the iPod.
He met a nice woman who he eventually married, but as is his way, he cheated on that wife and got divorced again. His ex-wife and ex-mistress are now best friends.
I just need you to promise not to say a word about this to anyone. Michael, please.
He still keeps in close contact with Phyllis Vance, who has successfully fattened up her new desk mate to fill her Stanley void. She and her husband, Bob Vance of Vance Refrigeration, always have a place to stay whenever they vacation in Florida. Toby Flenderson finally fulfilled his dreams of writing the great American novel.
I'm just gonna hop the fence and jog home now.
It's about a lowly HR representative who stumbles across a murder mystery and single-handedly solves the case of a small-town serial killer known as the Chicago Choker. He's currently on the European leg of his book tour for the 4th installation in the series.
Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise.
Kevin Malone has also been finding success following his own dream. No one could have expected that Scrantonicity 2 would have taken off like it did, least of all Kevin. But the follow-up to the documentary, wherein Kevin's bar was featured, brought in a whole new crowd of fans.
I heard you bought a bar, Kevin?
Yes, I did. This one.
With the bar packed every night, Kevin decided to get the band back together and perform there on weekends. From there, the rest is history. Kevin is super rich now and thankfully pays another accountant to handle his money. Perhaps while in Europe, he'll stop and visit Nellie, who is happily raising Ryan Howard's child Drake after he and Kelly Kapoor ran off together.
If Ryan wants his baby back, please tell him where to find me. We'll be somewhere in Europe.
Speaking of Ryan and Kelly, they are continuing to make each other miserable.
6 months ago, Karen Filippelli sent me an email, asked me out. I said no because I was committed to our relationship.
Well, I hope you're still committed because I'm pregnant.
Ryan has no job and he sits around playing video games all day. He calls himself a professional streamer, but his embarrassing amount of followers would beg to differ. Kelly, however, has become a successful online influencer. Her daily video posts have inspired a new generation of young, sassy women to live unapologetically.
Who am I? I'm Kelly Kapoor, the business bitch.
The business bitch is now a household name. Erin Hannon followed in Pam Halpert's footsteps and was promoted to office administrator. The position is perfect for her, since she was always so good at taking care of everyone. Things have also been flourishing in Erin's personal life. After being reunited with her birth parents, Erin is happier than ever and finally has the family she's always wanted. But every year on Mother's Day, she always makes 2 cards, one for her birth mom and one for her first mom, Phyllis.
If my daughter were asking me,
Yes?
I would say if you want someone, if you really want them, go get them.
Andy Bernard is still at his dream job at Cornell and is happier than ever.
The weird thing is, now I'm exactly where I want to be. I got my dream job at Cornell, and I'm still just thinking about my old pals.
He even met a cute grad student and now they're engaged. Don't worry, she's age appropriate, unlike his last girlfriend who was still a student.
I wonder if she's like a guidance counselor or something?
No, I don't think so.
She's like probably a tutor.
Nope.
She probably
No.
Nope.
Andy has also stepped up as the faculty moderator for his old a cappella group. Though he has a tendency to get carried away and steal the stage in rehearsal, the students all adore him. Speaking of former Dunder Mifflin regional managers, Michael Scott finally got his wish.
This is where I fell in love with you. And this is where I ask you to marry me.
He and Holly are living happily ever after in Colorado. They have a whole litter of children that are just as goofy as they are. They're currently in the pre-production phases of Threat Level Midnight Chapter 4. Michael always sets up a viewing party for the whole Dunder Mifflin crew, past and present, whenever a new film is ready.
Michael screened a work in progress for us years ago, and it didn't go well. We thought it was a comedy. Everything pointed to it being a comedy. We'd love to see it.
Sweet. I will go invite Holly.
Well, he calls Ryan to set it up for him. Chapters 2 and 3 were huge hits, and everyone's waiting in anticipation for the 4th installment in the franchise. Dwight Schrute even uses his vacation days to reprise his role as the robot butler.
Master Scarn. Master Scarn? I play Samuel, Michael Scarn's robot butler. I wanted Samuel's voice to be like this. But Michael thought that Samuel should be a very advanced android, almost indistinguishable from a real person.
Meanwhile, Dwight is still proudly serving as regional manager of Dunder Mifflin Scranton.
As you know, I like to begin each day with an inspirational quote. Some say the only failure there is the failure to try. That is wrong. Failure of any kind is failure.
Under his leadership, the office remains the most successful branch of the company, far surpassing Michael's success. While without all the pointless meetings and relentless goofing off that has ceased under his watch, naturally everyone became much more productive.
Welcome to the 8th Annual Dundies Awards. Before we get started, a few announcements. Keep your acceptance speeches short. I have wrap-it-up music, and I'm not afraid to use it. Devin.
But in honor of his friends and mentor, Dwight has kept both the Dundies and the Office Olympics as annual traditions. Yes, participation is mandatory. Without Jim and Pam Halpert there to steal the spotlight, he and Angela Martin are the power couple of the office. But don't worry, they're not as unbearable as one might think. Actually, they get along quite well with their coworkers. Angela's feud with Phyllis is still running strong, but it has evolved into a more friendly rivalry with mutual admiration.
Thanks for not locking the door when I asked you to, Phyllis. Sorry, Phyllis. You didn't know.
After Phyllis walked or carried Angela down the aisle, the two have been inseparable, and Oscar Martinez still remains close with both Dwight and Angela. He left Dunder Mifflin for a life in politics, and with David Wallace as one of his biggest backers, has quickly risen up the political ladder.
I think your ideas are fantastic, Oscar. I'd love to contribute to your campaign.
Thank you, David.
He'll be announcing his bid for president in time for the next election. In spite of all his success, his most important role has been, and remains to this day, that of Philip Schrute's godfather. He takes that duty very seriously. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Naturally, Dwight and Angela have also kept in contact with their best friends, Jim and Pam. Jim has always been the king of the big romantic gesture, but Pam won for life when she sold their house and moved their whole family.
I just thought if I could get us an offer, then there wouldn't be anything standing in our way, and I could come to you with this big Jim gesture and show you all at once just how much I love you and how much I really do believe in your future.
Jim and Pam are thriving in Austin. Pam has found success as a commissioned artist, and Jim is happy with his position at Athleap just under now president of the company, Daryl Philbin. With his combination of sports knowledge and natural charisma, Daryl has led the company to becoming one of the top sports agencies in the country. He hangs out with Jim and Pam all the time. They've even started a weekly game night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right what?
What was this?
I have good cards.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna take you all in.
Wow. I think you're bluffing.
The Halpert kids are growing up with Pam's red hair and Jim's goofy smile. They both have developed their parents' skill for and love of pranks.
Hi, everybody.
What?
Hi. How about a little visit?
Wow, what a surprise. That's crazy. You guys get to meet the little heck raisers.
Hey, Angela's back with her baby.
They've been back to Scranton for a few short visits since leaving Dunder Mifflin, and always stay at Schrute Farms.
We have 3 rooms, each with a different theme.
What are the themes?
America, irrigation, and nighttime.
Irrigation.
Nice.
I'll put you down for irrigation.
But they're currently planning a longer visit to reunite with the whole gang for Andy's wedding. After this, I feel like we need a sequel show to keep us up to date with all of our favorite characters. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments or tweet me at Phoebe_WM. And check out this video.